Happy Thumbs Gaming. Booyakashaw.
Hey everybody, it's Brian with HappyThumbsGaming, and today we have a very special video for you. This one is the beginning of our LEGO Star Wars The Force Awakens free play videos. And this one's going to cover the Prologue, or Battle of Endor. And we are going to get a trophy achievement called Just a Scavenger for getting all 10 mini-kits in one level. We're also going to get that True Jedi requirement. Well, scratch that. We already got that True Jedi requirement in our first run-through. But as a kind of a reward for getting all 10 mini-kits, we also get a vehicle token, too. So that's pretty cool. At the end, it always builds up something cool with all the parts, and now we actually get to get told what they are by getting and unlocking a vehicle for it. So, to the end, you probably noticed that you also are going to find the red brick location during this video as well. So go ahead and hop onto your galaxy map, and we're going to choose Endor. And yep, there's only one level to choose from, but we got to make sure we choose that free play. And once we do, we'll go ahead and kick it off. Now you can see here, there are 3 different areas you can start with, and it actually tells you how many mini kits are in each area and if you have them or not. So that's very useful going back and trying to figure all the things out. Now, it doesn't really matter who you choose as your primary character, but we chose Luke because we like Mr. Skywalker. And we also chose the Millennium Falcon just because... You know what? It's always been a dream of mine to fly the Falcon, and I'm going to take every chance I can during this game. So, all right, now keep in mind this is free play, so all videos have been sped up a little bit more than the story, and all cutscenes and, well, cinematic moments that we can remove that are not pertinent to the story, or the free play, I should say, have been removed as well. Now, there are quick links down below in the video description that can actually help you get to each of the mini kits and, in some cases, red brick as well. So go ahead and start the level off by destroying all of the baddies that are getting tossed at you, and eventually this AT-ST is going to walk in and try to shake off the old Ewok there. What you doing? Get off my foot, little ankle biter. And of course we got flybys, we got Luke crash and burns too. Now, when that Ewok comes and crashes, he gives you your first multi-build option. You can build the left and take off and go the rest of the level, but you would miss out on mini kit number 1 if you did. So we're gonna go ahead and build the right-hand side build and go ahead and jump up and claim your mini kit. Now, it is possible, I doubt it, but you might be able to get up there with like a jetpack from Athgar Heese or somebody too, but speaking of which, hopefully you guys have watched our preparing for free play videos and you have unlocked all the needed characters, which really is easy for me to say, Admiral Akbar. He has the aquatic ability that we need quite a bit, and we also need Athgar Heese. He's one of the easier people to get that has a jetpack. So we played a couple of new Star Wars adventure levels to get those, as well as got a couple of red bricks during our story mode and activated them so we'd have plenty of studdage coming in. Now, we have switched on over to Wicket. Now, in the story mode, you actually get Wicket, and you get to come up here with him and all that, but in the free play, we actually had to select him from our character select wheel. So we did that, we went up top, we pressed it down, but instead of building the right-hand build, we have chosen the left-hand build, which actually gets us up to this back ledge and access to this red brick, which happens to be the stud magnet. I do not happen to remember how much that guy costs, but we'll figure that out. We'll buy that at a later date. Really, we're focusing on getting the next red brick stud multipliers, which would be the 6, 8, and 10x bricks. Once we get all those, we'll really start worrying about buying other characters and other red brick abilities. So, all right, moving along with the story elements to progress on the screen here, we have to walk up the ladder by using the right-hand build and pull the strong handles with Chewie or your strong character of choice. And once you do that, you're going to go ahead and set up part of the trap, drop down to the far right side, and pull the second one all the way back, and booyakashow. AT-ST down, or at least one of them is, and we now have access into the next area, which happens to be a blaster battle. So we're going to go ahead and tuck in and get our pew-pew on, and simply press X or A to go ahead and hide behind cover, and then, of course, your left trigger or left button can go ahead and pull you down there, or stand you up rather. Pull you down, stand you up. The goal here is just to pop out and shoot all these stormtroopers right in the face. and get those green check marks checked off. And of course, we got both of those, and we have moved up to round 2 here. Now, over down on the left-hand side of the next ATST, there is a couple of pieces of dynamite and a target, which we got caught up into shooting and had some debris blocking our path, and that ended up getting us killed. So we're only going to yield a silver medal here. But hey, we've got plenty of studdage. We really don't have to worry about any of that quite yet. I think by the time we're ready to make our next red brick stud purchase, we'll have plenty. And if we don't, we can go ahead and farm some studs right there at the Hollow Chest game, the Dajaric Battle. And that gives us quite a few. Now, all right, right past the blaster battle, over on the left-hand side, there is this little brush pile that actually indicates the use of the Force. Now, I don't think, well, I guess it's green. It probably does matter. It probably has to be the good Force. So go ahead and switch to Luke and be patient with it. As you can see, it took me a second or two to get it, but shake that beehive up and drop the pieces down and build up that minikit. So, if you watched our story video, you probably remember at this point we have to switch to Wicket, the Ewok, and he will help us command some of these other Ewok troopers to follow us and press this big pile of logs down the checkerboard path here. So, go ahead and make your way through the little hobbit hatch there, or Ewok hatch in this case, I suppose, and get your old push on. That's right, boys, you can do it. Put your back into it. And we're going to go ahead and push these logs all the way down, and it's actually going to give us a nice new pathway down and take out the trouble on the other side. That guy was kind of a threat, so boom goes the dynamite, man down, and we can go ahead and follow the path down there. Once we get down, we do have a choice of a multi-build. Now, you can see there is a mini-kit up on that upper left ledge there. And if I'm being honest here, this is kind of, well, it's not really tricky, but there is kind of a sweet spot for this multi-build. You got to kind of press up and to the left, so kind of northwest, if that's one, well, I guess it's one way of looking at it. But I am trying to be crafty here, and I thought, okay, well, I'll just go ahead and build the right-hand side, use this little elevator to go up there, and then I'll switch to somebody cool like, you know, Athgar Heese, who has a jetpack, and get across that little ledge over to that upper. Nope, it doesn't work. There's an invisible wall right here that does not allow us to do it, and I'm going to prove it to you right now, because at this point I was unaware of the invisible wall. I was thinking, okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to save some time. But nope. So you have to drop back down and do a butt slam on the multi-build, and then of course we're going to switch it to not the far left side, but the back left side. And of course, at this point, I just went ahead and took out the tree, and maybe that's part of it. Maybe now that I don't have the tree there, it won't give me the option. Maybe that was the key. So if you're having troubles with that one, make sure that you try to get rid of the tree and see if that helps out. Now, you do need 2 characters here, but go ahead and stand on the platform, and your other character should be smart enough to walk over and stand on that pressure-sensitive switch and lift you up to grab mini-kit number 3. So we're making good ground. I know you guys have been dying for these free play videos, and I've been trying to get them out as fast as possible, but sometimes I get caught up in real life, or RL as I like to call it now. Once we ride this platform up for realsies, there are a couple of stormtroopers up here waiting for us, and there's some bricks over there too that if you smash everything, you can build them up into this weird little board with a grapple hook, but we'll get to that in a minute. We're actually going to switch to Admiral Akbar and drop into this dive pool and pull out some bricks that build up some dynamite, and we're going to go ahead and blow a hole in the side of this tree and go up and see what's cracking upstairs. Check it out, it's a full-on Ewok party up in the trees, barbecue and all. And something tells me we probably won't be invited back to any future Ewok parties, as we are destroying and kind of redecorating the party. And eventually what we're doing here is we're kind of setting up some different instruments. And, oh, look at that, we're actually getting this party started. That's right, the party didn't start till I walked in. Oh, some mini-cut parts that we can build up too, woohoo! Now, I got a little excited and do some butt slamming here in a minute and try to get as many studs as I can for an unknown reason. I've already gotten the True Jedi for this level. And but hey, we got to stack up some chips for those other red bricks, I suppose. So I'm going to go ahead and destroy some more things. I wasn't 100% sure that there wasn't more stuff up here to build, but we already got the mini kit, so I guess I should have had that figured out, eh? All right, back down in through the hatch to go downstairs after you're satisfied with all the studs. You know me, got to have them all, got to have them all. All right, we are back downstairs, and we do have to slam that back box there to go ahead and get the last of the bricks. We can build them up, and guess what? This is going to give us a nice little swing out onto an ATST, And we're going to take over after doing a little quick time event there. Luckily for me, I was spamming the button and it worked out for once. Woohoo! Now we got the old two-legged warrior here. We're going to get our pew-pew on. Now there's plenty of studs to be found here, and there's lots of guys that I actually miss. You can get a nice stud multiplier going. It's kind of funny, when you step on them, it doesn't appear to kill the bad guy. So I don't know if you have to step on them multiple times before it finally takes them out. That might be the case because they all kind of have a health meter. But I'm not really that worried about it. I'm just moving on down the road. We got some mini kits to get, and there isn't one for a minute. So feel free to use the quick links at this point because they are there for a reason. So we find a couple of gold nuggets weighing down the bridge here. We're going to melt them with our heat ray from the big old two-legged walker. And I was kind of thinking, all right, well, maybe this is the mini kit because the actual next mini kit has to do with 3 gold. Well, I guess they're more bricks. They're not really like brick piles, but they're, yeah, they're coming up, but that was not them. So if you're looking at the trophy achievement guide and you know that's coming up, don't be fooled. They are up after we take out this next ATST and actually get to the kind of the end where the little base entrance is. So I don't know if it's necessary to take out these guys up here, but I figured, hey, why not? I would rather not die over and over again in the event that they do have better aim than they're expected to. But check it out. There's a whole bunch of dynamite here. You can walk over it. You can shoot it too. It don't matter. I was just focusing on the big guys and then making my way on through. So check it out. That's right. Barrels, booyakashow. Big bada boom. All right, now it's time to advance into the final area here. We're going to see a little cinematic moment here where Buddy comes in. We actually have to take out this ATST here first, then all of a sudden, wait for it. Whoa, watch out for that tree. And look at that. All of a sudden, the tree is down and everything is blocked off from behind. So we're kind of trapped in this area, but that's all right because the next mini kit is actually over here. We're going to find 3 piles of gold bricks that we need to take out. Now, this one up on the roof is kind of a funny angle here. You can see I'm aiming way beyond it, and somehow that's good for the shooting. So I end up getting 2 of 3. Now, the final one is over in the left-hand corner, just in the front left side of where that tree fell. We're going to go ahead and blow it up, and booyakashow. Number 5, we are halfway there, and before we get too much further, we're actually going to hop out and switch on over to General Leia. Now, she has the ability to command troops as well, and there just so happens to be a group of 3 right here. They can help us do the quad grapple. And all right, so I got it all lined up, and check it out. 1, 2, 3, 4. We are got a tug of war. Something like that. I don't know. All right, so we have 6 of the 10, and now it's up to us to decide which of the ways of the multi-build we want to do. Now, we started building up the left-hand movie one, and then we thought, all right, let's see what the right one is. Then we approached it, and we were kind of like, wait, what is this? Oh, it's a hat dispenser. Now, we can see that there's a hack there for the hat dispenser, but just in case you didn't see the story movie or story video we put out, we thought we'd go ahead and do this again because we thought this was definitely the better ending here. You actually build up this weird, like, projection system. Star Wars comes on the screen, and check it out. They all flock to it and like, hey, come on, it's movie time, let's do this. And then a little cinematic scene ensues, but we have removed it, and we find ourselves inside battling the Emperor. Once you get started here, you're going to go ahead and switch to somebody with silver brick-breaking abilities. Chewbacca will do just fine, and we're going to go ahead and blow up this silver piece on the right-hand side and build up this BB-8 rotary panel, which actually gives us access to this really interesting little mini-game. And now, if you read our trophy achievement guide or you talk to Doug, he's going to tell you, oh yeah, this mini-game's really easy. Now, I don't know if he's just saying that or what. Normally, he doesn't say things are easy unless he has to go out of his way to do something, and then he like tries to make it seem like it was easy, but it was really hard. In my case, I had to replay this like 9 or 10 times. So if you don't get it on your first try, don't feel bad. If you do, then hey, yay for you, buddy, yay! But once you get all the way to the end of that fun little mini game, it actually kicks down with that mini kit, and we can move on and use the Force to manipulate these 2 arms hanging out above the Emperor, and each one is going to basically spin to win. It's going to give him the old, which way did he go? Which way did he go? The old Tweety Bird, and eventually we're going to get the other one, and it's going to go ahead and take another heart off. So yeah, we have manipulated both of those now. We've given him the old smackaroo, and he's back at it and ready for more. This time, he manipulates those arms back in a way that actually ends up benefiting us because we get some multi-build bricks, and we actually get to build up 2 different objects. One is actually of the light side, or the good side of the Force. The Jedi can go ahead and manipulate the green, and once he takes that little X-Wing for a spin, it bothers the Emperor there, takes some health off, and it returns back, and we can build it up into a TIE fighter this time, requiring us to use the dark side of the Force, or switching to, well, yeah, the dark side. So we're going to switch to Vader and do that, and once we get the dark side, he's not going to like it. Alright, so feel free to use the quick links down below to quickly access the next mini kid, which is coming up in this next section here. He picks us up and tosses us back to this lower level. And at this point, I frantically begin my search for the next mini kit location, because my notes tell me that it's in the left back corner. Now, back to me means back left, where it should be back in that far side of the screen, not the front side. But I couldn't get any Force symbols to pop up, and you know, it was my impression that it's supposed to be the dark side Force too. So anyhow, I am manipulating anything and everything I can with the Force, and I even pull out the core, and then I think, uh-oh, well, maybe Dougie pulled a Dougie and it wasn't the back left, maybe it was the back right. So then I mosey on over to the right hand side, and taking out a few baddies along the way too. But I even pull the core out from the next one. But notice there's some targets up top. I don't take those targets out because I am doing step 2 of the damage factor here. So basically, as per usual, it's the rule of 3. Now you've got a left side and a right side, and then the top side there. In this particular case, you want to stay on the left-hand side and manipulate anything you can and everything you can. And eventually, you're going to find this little twinkle like we found in the far left side there. And there she blows. We're going to go ahead and rip off that handle with the dark side Force, and it reveals a nice little hatch. So we're going to switch on over to Wicket. That's right. I couldn't remember if it was Wicket or BB-8, but it's Wicket. And once we get through the other side, we're actually going to roll over to the right, and guess what? Mini kit number 8 is just sitting there waiting to be grabbed. So we picked that up. Of course, BB-8, now plenty of others can make it through that tiny hatch, but we chose Wicket because he's wicked. And all right, so we have targeted those top 2 bullseyes. We took them out. There was a little cinematic scene that we've removed, and we kind of faded it into the final quick time event for us inside with the battle and the Emperor. And then we actually find ourselves outside flying an X-Wing here in a minute. So we're going to give a couple slams and a couple of bams. And, well, he's not a ma'am, so we won't thank him. But we'll toss him off the ledge there and watch out for that next step. It's a doozy. Immediately after that, we find ourselves flying the Falcon. And you can see I've already nailed 5 of the 5 towers. Now, there are plenty of towers, way more than just 5. So you should have no problem finding those. In fact, as our trophy achievement guide does note, you might not even have to aim. You just pull down the trigger and shoot, and you probably will get it all. So we only have one more mini kit coming up, and it is inside when we are blasting the core. I have to be honest, there's kind of a whoopsie moment coming up for me because, you know, as per usual, I'm following the trophy achievement guide that Dougie put together for us. And although 99.9% of the time everything is pretty self-explanatory and right in front of me, this next particular mini kit kind of threw me for a loop because the trophy achievement guide reads, take out the 3 buoys above the core, right? Well, so playing this a few days ago, I'd kind of forgotten how the whole core thing works. You have to get up to 100% damage. That actually removes kind of the outer shield, and you'll see it pop up right now. And that's what we got to take out before we can take out those 3 tubes up top. Now, there they are. They're those blue things. Those are the 3 things you need to take out, and you can see me frantically trying to take them out. I even switched vehicles a couple of times in hopes that I somehow can get a better or proper aim up there and take those out. Then I start even looking around for proton torpedoes, thinking maybe I need to use those, which you don't. You just have to make it through this 100% and then get to the next phase of the core destruction. So, joke's on me. I got to 26%, and I thought, well, maybe I can get up there. And look, I'm so close, I can taste it, but not quite close enough. And as I already mentioned, it's just not quite time for it yet. So, I kind of go into panic mode, and I switch back and forth between vehicles a few more times, and then I think, well, if I have to play the level over again, I have to play the level over again. So, I go ahead and just get my blast on and try to get that 100%, which I do. You can see I'm working my way up right now, 69, 82, 91, 100, yay! We suddenly detach from that awkward orbiting hover that we had been going on there. And now we're going to go ahead and free fly it. Yep, that's right, little Tom Petty for you. Now, we need the proton torpedoes for this center core piece, but as you can see, we are just using the blaster cannons to go ahead and take out the 3 parts, and once you get all 3, booyaka show, all 10 mini kits will be yours, or I guess assuming you've gotten the other 9, all 10 will be yours. But now we just have to rinse and repeat by destroying the core with the proton torpedoes, which can be found in the pink little stations, little deployment stations, or by taking out some of the higher scale TIE fighters there. Well, we got all 3, which leads to kablooey, and of course the final total screen too. So level complete, which would have got you a gold brick. We did get that just a scavenger trophy achievement for completing a level with all the mini kits. We had already gotten that Jedi requirement for the true Jedi, so we got that gold brick already, but we're gonna go ahead and stack up all 10 mini kits and not only get the final gold brick, but also unlock a new vehicle token as well for doing that. So all right, we'll take it. We're not going to buy it right now, or I guess we don't have to buy it. That one's a freebie. So, all right, we got over 2 million studs so far stacking up, so we're getting close to being able to purchase that next red brick whenever we find it for that 6x multiplier, I guess it is. And yeah, we're making our way. So free play is officially underway. Hopefully you guys are as excited as I am. I'm trying to get these out quickly. We got 2 coming up soon. If you guys have any questions or comments, of course, head on over to Facebook, Twitter, or simply comment, vote, subscribe down below. We also have HappyThumbsGaming.com, which is the home of our product and gaming reviews, as well as trophy achievement guides. We got all sorts of Lego builds there, Lego reviews, all sorts of stuff. So if Lego's your thing, make sure you check us out. Now, as for me, that's going to do it. As always, until next time...